after winning the Super Bowl and a long off season, the time has come to double moonwalk the Cowboys. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here. The time has finally come. It is here. It is time to go out and double moonwalk the Cowboys' ass. You know it. I know it. I cannot wait. What an off-season this has been. You know, it always seems to go so quick up until June, and then it feels like from June in the last OTA to training camp feels like a whole nother off-season. And I am psyched. I am ready for tomorrow night, and we got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things going on today for the channel, a lot of things going on tomorrow, of course. We're going to talk about all of it. First thing I want to talk about is a couple things. One, later tonight, America's game. The Eagles, this is going to be a good one. You can tell this is going to be a good one. I hope you guys are going to look forward to it. We're going to have Shakedown tonight also. Just not sure if it'll be after or before, but it's not going to be during America's game. But that's on. And then I'm sure you guys saw this thing today, right? Martin Scorsese's produced a Saquon Barkley documentary. I guess Barkley has been recording videos of himself for like the first 5 years of his career or whatever, and basically it sounds like they followed him and they got all this stuff that they're gonna put in this documentary. It looks interesting. I can say this though, man, I get a little bit, and this is just the Philly sports guy me. I just get a little uncomfortable when you got all this success and it's all going good and your guys are doing commercials and your guys are doing documentaries. Makes me a little bit uneasy. I'm just saying. But what should make Cowboy fans uneasy? Well, actually, let's give the Cowboys a little bit of good news first. Around the NFL is saying this: Cowboys cornerback Trevon Diggs' knee expected to play versus the Eagles per Tom Pelissero. All I can say is good. I'm going to love destroying him all day, you know. I don't care. A.J. Brown will beat him. Devontae Smith will beat him. And besides, you know, Devontae Smith, I got to say this. He may be the guy nobody has talked about all off season. I think he's going to have a monster year. Matter of fact, a quick word from our sponsor. You know, I think this is a great time to introduce to you guys our new sponsor on this channel, ProphetX. Welcome to ProphetX, the ultimate sports prediction market. Make peer-to-peer plays, set your own odds, and compete with fans, not the house, for better odds and thrilling sweepstakes action. Legal in all 40 states, ProphetX is your go-to sports predictions. Sign up today with promo code Philly500 and get up to $200 in ProphetX cash. That's Philly500 for $200 in ProphetX cash. Must be legal age, void where prohibited. Join now at ProphetX. Now, for my first time using ProphetX, I wanted to do something Eagles-Cowboys. That's why when I went through everything and looked through it all, I saw the perfect thing. Devontae Smith over under 4.5 catches. Are you kidding me? The guy's going to have about 10 catches that game, okay? He over under 4.5. I'm taking it. I'm taking the over, and that's what I did, and you can do it too. If you go to ProphetX, where you could get up to $200 in profit cash, all you have to do is use promo code Philly500. That's Philly500 to get up to $200 in ProphetX cash. Shout out to ProphetX. Shout out to ProphetX for sponsoring today's video. We're going to jump right into this, okay? Injury report. Now, this is the injury report that we had yesterday. I don't think it's going to change much from yesterday to today. But here it is. Tanner McKee did not practice. Doubt he's going to be dressing to play. That's why they have Sam Howell. Full practice. Jalen Carter, Landon Dickerson, Andrew Makuba, Joshua Uche. So they're pretty much healthy. The Eagles are ready to roll. Like I said, the A.J. Brown stuff during training camp, it was really a lot of it was precautionary. Precautionary, okay? And this game, Eagles-Cowboys, we know the rivalry. We know how great it is. But the truth is, really, there's one team that has won in the last 30 years, and there's one team that hasn't won, but they think they're still on top, okay? They think that they're some elite, prestigious franchise. But the rest of the league doesn't view them that way. We don't see them as the Dallas Cowboys America team won 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. We see them as the Dallas Browns. You know, they're like the Cleveland Browns. However, the hatred is real, and it's gonna be on display tomorrow. I love the fact that the Eagles are raising the banner in front of the Dallas Cowboys. Eat shit, Jerry Jones. That's what I say. And secondly, although I love Jerry Jones, long live Jerry Jones. Secondly, I like that the players aren't going to be out there for the celebration. Don't bother with it, you know. But you know, when I look at this game, right, and I look at the matchups, if you look at, let's say, the Cowboys versus the Eagles, the Cowboys offense versus the Eagles defense. Well, we haven't seen the Cowboys' new offense and what they're going to do all season with the starters. They haven't played any snaps, okay? They've played 0 snaps in preseason. So you're getting Dak Prescott going out there and getting live reps for the first time ever with Pickens. Will they be on point? Will they be? Was practice enough to get enough work on to develop a chemistry, or is it going to take a while? Are they going to come out a little rusty? I tend to think teams that don't play in the preseason at all, their starters, come out a little rusty for however long, maybe a quarter, 2 quarters, whatever. But, you know, obviously you have CeeDee Lamb, you have Pickens. Those are your great threats. The Cowboys will be able to move the ball and throw the ball. Dak puts up good numbers in the regular season. You're going to be able to move the ball through the air. The question for Dallas in the offense, and where I really like the matchup for the Eagles, is the Eagles' run defense versus the Cowboys' run game. If the Cowboys can't run with Blue or Sanders and whoever they got, if they can't run the ball, they're going to be one-dimensional. If you're one-dimensional against Vic Fangio and that defense, you're going to have problems. So will the Cowboys be able to run the ball? And then the Cowboys are going to try to pick on the cornerback too, right? They're going to probably try to get matchups where I'm assuming it's going to be a Dory Jackson to start. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jacorian Bennett ends up being the starter or ends up taking over during the game at some point. But I'm assuming Adoree Jackson's going to start that cornerback spot. Are they going to try to pick on him? Are they going to leave CD in the slot most of the time? Because I like the matchup, Cooper DeJean and CeeDee Lamb. I like it. And then you put Q on Pickens, and I think that you got no problem. But if the Cowboys try to bounce CeeDee Lamb outside, will the second cornerback be able to cover him? I actually think in a way that you take CeeDee Lamb's effectiveness away when you do that. So overall, I like the Eagles' defense. I like it versus the Cowboys' offense. Not because I don't think CD will get numbers or Dak will throw for yards. I think they'll move the ball in the air, but I think at the end of the day, when you're one-dimensional, it's going to be a problem, okay? Now, when you look at the Eagles' offense versus the Cowboys' defense, this is where I think that the big advantage is going to take place, okay? And the way I see it going for the Eagles offensively is I think they come out, I think they're a little rusty because we saw that last year in Green Bay. I think the Eagles then say, the hell with this. They start to go up-tempo. They start to lean on Barkley, and then it's pretty much a done deal from there. I really think that's what's going to happen. Dallas Cowboy fans will tell you, well, we got Kenny Clark now. We got Kenny Clark now, so we can stop the run. Saquon Barkley in that first game had no problem running on the Green Bay Packers in both games. No problem at all. I don't see Kenny Clark being able to deal with the Eagles' offensive line. You see, this is the thing. The Eagles' offensive line is healthy. They're going to play. Landon Dickerson's going to play. And when you look at the absence of Parsons, now you don't have to worry about Parsons. Well, where's the rush coming from? What do they want to say? Fowler, Ezraku? Well, Ezraku may turn out to be a good player. Nobody's saying he can't turn out to be a good player at some point in time. But he's a rookie. He's playing his first game ever against the best offensive line in football. Good luck with that. Good luck. Dante Fowler, Sam Williams. I mean, I don't really worry about the Cowboys' pass rush. Although they think they have good pass rushers, and maybe they got decent ones, we'll find out. But one guy isn't going to help them just shut the run down. It ain't enough. Not with the Eagles' offensive line. So I expect the Eagles to be able to come out. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. And then, of course, the Eagles in the passing game. Bland versus Brown and Smith with Diggs. I'll take that matchup all day. The Eagles just have too many weapons. Too many weapons for the Cowboys defense. Cowboys just lost their best player. We don't even know where mentally that defense is going to be, especially when the Eagles start moving the ball on them. To me, the biggest issue for the Eagles and the biggest problem that I could see where you have a situation is where if you come out and you decide we're not going to use Barkley, we're going to just throw, and you get into that game where you're making yourself one-dimensional, then you're going to make this game a lot closer than it has to be. If you come out, you establish the run, use play action, to throw the ball, the Eagles should be able to just wear Dallas down by the fourth quarter and blow them out. That's how I see this game. That's how I think it should go. No question about it. The Eagles' offense is too good for the Dallas Cowboys' defense. All right? What the Cowboys need from the Eagles is they need to make 3 or 4 gigantic plays. I'll say 3 plays. They need 3 big, field-changing game plays, okay? Whether that comes from, a pick six, whether that comes from, an 80-yard bomb, whether, a couple of those. They needed, 3 of those things to happen. Then they need the Eagles to not do what they do best, and that's run the ball. If the Eagles come out and they want to throw, and Patullo wants to show us what he could do in the passing game, then we're going to make this game a lot tougher than it has to be. If you come out, you establish the run, you run the ball, you use play action, you take your shots with Brown, you take your shots with Devontae Smith, and you do your thing, the Eagles are going to have no problem winning this game. They're going to have no problem at all. That's why when I talk about a prediction game for this game, like I said, I think the Eagles come out. I think Dallas come out. I think it's going to be kind of a feel each other out first few series, first quarter. And I think at some point the Eagles say, all right, enough with this. Up tempo. Let's start running the ball, Barkley. And then they kind of get into a rhythm. And when they get into that rhythm, I think it's going to be too much for the Dallas Cowboys. And so I think the Eagles, at the end of the day, I think the Eagles win this game 34-17. I thought about giving Dallas 20 because I could see Prescott getting garbage points. But no, I'm going to say 17. I think 34-17. The big unknown is how that Dallas offense is going to look. What are they going to do? And how quickly can that chemistry and that connection get there? Look, they could come out and surprise you because we haven't seen things before. But at the same time, it could come out and be a disaster for them because they haven't played together enough. So all those things remain true. I will say that the one advantage the Cowboys have is this is early in the season. If you're going to upset a good team, you usually do it in the first 4 weeks. That's when they're most vulnerable. So that's what they have going for them. Other than that, I think the Eagles 34-17 will be live streaming. Hope to see you there. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how I vision. We're all just living in it. So Mark Holmes is now telling his peoples that expect Dak Prescott to be there another 3 to 4 years. The guy constantly runs. He constantly runs Dak Prescott propaganda. I've never seen anything like it. What is he going to do when Dak leaves? What's he going to do? Because I think Dak's days are numbered. I think he's gone after this year. Denzel Washington, out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.